In the past week, the Seattle Mariners have brought back one of the most important elements of our 2021 and 2022 playoff runs. If you guys know what I'm talking about, say it all with me. Chaos Ball is back. Guys, my name is Levi. This is the NW Sportscast. I apologize for the bland background. I'm not home right now. Neither is Drew. He's actually in Germany, so wish him good luck and good safety down in the comments. But we are talking about the Seattle Mariners. The past week, we have seen this team put together some of the most impressive wins of the season, some of the most exciting wins of the season. We have seen them come from behind, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And if you count that win against the Yankees back last Monday, that would be 8 days ago, 4 times. 4 of their last 9 games, the Mariners have put together comeback victories, and that is how the Mariners freaking do things. If you remember back in 2021, back in 2022, when the Mariners were hot, they were a young team, and they were winning these close one-run games. They were just getting those clutch hits. I mean, last night the Mariners struck out 14 times, and they only collected 4 base hits. But one of those base hits was a Dominic Canzone solo home run that tied the game in the 5th, and the other one of those hits was Julio Rodriguez getting on base. Julio was got on base in the 9th. Never mind. The other one of those hits didn't even happen. Julio did get a hit. Ty France also got a hit. But then in the 10th inning, with Haniger starting the inning on second, but they pinch ran Clase. And then with 1 out, we saw walks from the bottom of the lineup. I believe it was. I believe Cal walked, and somebody else walked. Not Ryan Bliss. Ryan Bliss hit in the 9th. I don't even really remember. It was the bottom of the order who walked. Because then J.P. Crawford, with 1 out and the bases loaded. Rayleigh walked. Cal walked and Rayleigh walked. That's what it was. And then with the bases loaded and 1 out, didn't even get a hit in the inning. In the bottom of the 10th, J.P. Crawford, he got under one for a sacrifice fly to walk things off. Mariners win 2-1. And this has been the story of the Mariners last week. If you look at our game from 2 days ago, which I mistakenly forgot to film a post-game, guys, I'm so sorry. If you look at the game from 2 days ago, what happened? The Astros led 1-0. But the Mariners overcame that. 2 days ago, it was a different group of guys. I mean, it's different guys every night who are getting these clutch, well-timed hits. We've seen it be France against the Nationals. We've seen it be Mitch Haniger. We've seen it be Luke Rayleigh. We've seen it be Cal. We've seen it be Julio. Everybody is finding ways to contribute. Everybody is finding ways to score and to get on the board. 2 days ago against the Astros, it was all tied up. What happened? Infield single. Then we got Ty France hitting the ball down the corner of first base. Jose Abreu probably should have got to it, but he didn't. Ty France gets on base, run scores. Ryan Bliss with a walk. And then Julio with an infield RBI to score 2. An infield 2-run RBI, because who threw the ball away? It was Altuve. No, not Altuve. Jeremy Pena throwing the ball away. If Julio's not so fast, if Ryan Bliss and Clase, the guys who are on base, if they're not that fast, who knows if Julio is going to be able to get that infield single. Who knows if Pena is going to throw the ball away. It's a whole nother ballpark, but because of the speed, because of just the element that the Mariners play with, we are able to play small ball like this. That's really what it is. We call it chaos ball. Those of us who are on Mariners Twitter, we call it chaos ball. But really what it is it's just small ball. We're playing small ball. We're remembering you can lay down a bunt. You can get an infield single. Just slap the ball into play like Ichiro would do. You don't have to hit the home run every time. Julio in the past week has stopped trying to hit the home run every time, and it's been much better for his game. Sure, he only has 4 home runs, and we're almost 60 games into the season. Is that concerning? A little bit. But at the same time, it's nice to see him take an at-bat that when he's not just swinging for the fences. Because that's something that he has done a lot of this year, is just go out there, swing for the fences. And we don't want that type of Julio. That type of Julio isn't going to succeed more often than he's not. But we're seeing a new version of Julio. We're seeing a version of Julio who is embracing his speed. He's embracing his ability to just get on base and make contact when you need to make contact. He's not trying to do too much. Last night, he was on at third base in the bottom of the 9th. He got his only hit of the game, reached third base with 1 out. Josh Rojas comes to the plate, except Scott Service made a controversial call. With Josh Hader on the mound in a 1-1 game, Scott Service decided he is going to pinch hit Ryan Bliss, the rookie, who is yet to collect his first major league hit. But because Josh Rojas is a righty and Josh Hader is also a righty, they made the call to move Ryan Bliss as a pinch hitter. You can imagine how that went. Excuse me, no. Josh Rojas is a lefty, and Hader was a lefty. And Ryan Bliss is a righty. So they bring in Ryan Bliss, and the fans immediately online erupted. What a terrible move. What a terrible decision. Why would you pinch hit the guy who doesn't have a hit? Oh, it was tears. It was crying. It was yelling. And I'm sitting there like, what? You guys don't know what you're talking about. Ryan Bliss is the guy who gives us the best chance at winning for 2 reasons. For 2 reasons there. Number 1, Josh Rojas, in the past month, you know what his WRC plus is against left-handed pitchers? 7. So maybe Josh Rojas shouldn't play against lefties. Maybe the platoon, maybe the idea of the platoon that we've all been, myself included, have criticized them for, because we were watching Luis Urias play against lefties and saying, what the heck, Rojas is hitting so well, why not just put him in every day? Maybe the platoon is a good idea, because Rojas has been really struggling to hit lefties all year, but especially in the past month. But number 2, because with Ryan Bliss's speed, you're forcing the infield to be much more alert. See, if Rojas is fast too, but he's not as fast as Ryan Bliss. Ryan Bliss has 30, 40 stolen base potential. Rojas, he maybe steals 5, 10 bases in a season, but he's not Ryan Bliss. He's not even close to as fast. Ryan Bliss's speed adds an element there, because now if you hit a ground ball into the infield might be playing in, which gives you a much better opportunity to get Julio to score. So I think 2 reasons, because of the speed and just because of the handedness. I actually do love putting in Ryan Bliss. Obviously, the optics aren't great. Pinch hitting a rookie who has never collected a hit yet against one of the best closers in the American League, Josh Hader, in a 1-1 tie game with a runner on third. I understand the optics don't look great, but I honestly agree with the move. I'm applauding Scott Service for this move. Good job, Scott Service. But yeah, that was a controversy. And the other one, let's talk about George Kirby for a second. George Kirby was really excellent last night, and so was Castillo the night before. Castillo allowed 2 runs in 6. Kirby allows 1 run in 6. And, the fans are always going to complain, why do we pull him? But the bullpen's been good. But Castillo and Kirby, the past 2 days, they outdueled some great performances from the Astros. Verlander was really solid last night. He was on his game. 7 innings, 1 run, a bunch of strikeouts. He looked like the old Verlander, which he hasn't looked like that all season. So that's unfortunate. And Hunter Brown the night before, he shut us down. I mean, the Mariners, we struck out 14 times last night. The night before that, we struck out 17 times on Tuesday night, and we still won that game. But it goes to show the resiliency of this team, the resiliency of this squad, and our ability to come from behind and make things happen, make runs happen, even when it feels like this team can't do shit tonight. They still do. And that's where we're at right now. We're 5 games above 500, season high. We've won 4 in a row. We lost 4 in a row, and then we immediately turned around and won 4 in a row. That's huge. That is huge. Because when we had lost 4 in a row, we were in danger of falling below 500. We were 27 and 26. Now we are 31 and 26. Today, we are facing one of the worst pitchers in all of baseball, Spencer Arrighetti. So we have a chance. We have a real chance to sweep Houston. If we sweep them, we would now be 7.5 games up on them in the division. We'd be 4.5 games up on Texas. I mean, the Mariners are finally doing what I was asking them to do earlier, which is go on a little bit of a run here and put those teams behind you in the division so you can stop looking back in the rear view. Obviously, Texas, I think, is going to be pretty close in the rear view for most of the season, and they're getting healthier. You know, they got Texas is getting some guys back. Scherzer will be coming back soon, but they did get Eovaldi. They got Nathan Eovaldi back, and they got John Gray back. So a couple guys in their rotation are making their returns. However, they did just lose Evan Carter. So the injuries are tough for Texas right now. But if you can really put the Astros down and just stomp the foot on them, that's a game changer. Because all of a sudden, you don't have to worry about Houston. You don't have to worry about looking back in the rearview mirror. Oh, how close are the Astros? The Astros were putting some serious pressure on us. They were 3.5 back. Now they are 6.5 back. Even if they win today, they're going to be 5.5 back. That's tough to overcome. We'd be 4 over, and they would be 7 under. That's a tough hole to overcome in June. Obviously, it's happened before. It could happen again. I'm not saying that we have, solidified the West. It's May 30th or whatever it is. It's May 30th. So I'm not trying to claim that we've solidified anything. But what I am trying to claim is that this team is excellent. This team is finding ways to win. And this team is starting to remind me of that 2021-2022 Chaos Ball squad that made the playoffs in a big way. I think it's going to happen, guys. I said in spring training, I predicted us 87 wins and a wild card. I think 87 wins probably wins you the division right now. And I think we're on track to win about 87, 88, 89 games. 90 I probably is still pushing it. And it's going to depend on the rookies. It's going to depend on the deadline. Right now, Clase and Bliss haven't contributed. If they start contributing, that could be a huge difference maker. That could push us into the 90 win category. If you start to see Ryan Bliss break out and become, an everyday second baseman and actually be better than Polanco has been, that changes the team. That changes the lineup. It gives us a lot of extra infield depth. That probably pushes you towards 90. If Gregory Santos comes back healthy and looks really good out of the pen, and we trade for a bullpen arm and we really lock down that bullpen, because they've been good. The bullpen's credit to the bullpen. Munoz, Stanek got the save against his former team on Tuesday. That was a huge one. And Munoz getting the win. Munoz got the win last night. No, he didn't. Munoz got the hold in the 9th, and then they brought in Mike Baumann for the 10th, and Baumann actually got the win. So good for him. And we've seen Spire had a really nice bounce back. So we've seen the bullpen do a really good job. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but we have not allowed a single run for the Astros from the bullpen, and that was after the bullpen was just simply terrible against the Yankees and against the Nationals. But against the Astros, we have yet to allow a run from our relievers. That's really good. But yeah, I mean, if you beef up that bullpen, or if you go and trade for an impact bat, which I still think we should trade for an impact bat, that pushes you into the 92, 93 win range. And then all of a sudden, you're not talking about just a division. You're talking about, could we be the number 2 seed? Who are we going to have to face in the playoffs? How are we going to get by them in the playoffs? You know, I love talking playoffs, and that was one of the fun things about 2022 was, like, we knew by the second half of that season, we pretty much knew, oh yeah, we're going to be in the playoffs. And last year, it was obviously really close down to the wire, and we didn't. This year, hopefully, it won't be as, heart-wrenching. It won't be as down to the wire. I really do think we're going to make the playoffs this year, and I think that it's going to be by a pretty safe margin. The way the Rangers and Astros are playing, obviously the Rangers are not going to be this bad, but I don't think they're on our level right now. I don't think they're on our level, and for some reason the Astros are broken. Maybe it's their new manager. Maybe it is some injuries. Maybe it's just a combination of a lot of things. Maybe it's that Altuve and Bregman are starting to get older, and Abreu. I don't know what the deal is, but right now the Astros are not playing well, and the Mariners have taken advantage. So with all that being said, that was a long one. Thank you so much for watching. This is the NW Sportscast. My name is Levi, and as always, go Mariners.